What's good, everybody? Pete here, Spawn Fly Fish, and today tying a midge. So, a lot of you know that there is such a thing as Midge Cactus Chenille, but can you actually tie a midge with this chenille? So, of course, we're not going to tie the whole bug with this. We're just going to use it as the thoracic region, but let's put it to the test. So, we've got in the vise the Ahrex FW541, and this is a size 12. So not exactly the biggest midge, definitely not the smallest midge, maybe just a little bit on the bigger side of average. And then for our bead, it's a 7/64 brass bead, and Dazzle brass beads are great. They take a beating, so of course we've got black here, and then for some weighted wire, just a little 0.015 lead free. Keep that bead in place. This is going to be a quick, painless type fly, at least in theory. So let's get some thread going. And for today, I've got some 100 denier Veevus in black. And the reason I'm using this thread is because when I tie midges, I really like the ability to either tighten the rope of this thread or lay it flat. And so I'm going to be moving this thread quite a bit as we tie this. So bear with me. Let's get those weighted wires cinched down a little bit and secured. And you can see how this thread is going, right? It's already got that want, if you will, or tendency to unwind itself. So even as it's just sitting here, it's rotating counterclockwise, which of course is going to flatten that thread. All right, so I've got some small gold wire. Let's get this tied in. And again, the whole time I'm just going to be kind of giving a visual and keeping an eye on what this thread is doing, right? Because I don't want it bulking up on me. I just want it to be flat and barely there, but I want the full coverage, right? I don't want to be seeing any of this stuff underneath. All right, so let me get back up to where that weighted wire is, and now I'll exaggerate the spin going counterclockwise to lay that thread flat. And let's stop it and start one more pass, and this will be our full coverage that we're looking for. Slightly overlapping wraps, and then just watch that body as you go, right? It'll tell you. Just kind of pay attention as you're tying, and how bad can it get. And you see that thread's trying to separate, but as we change directions here, it's going to tighten back up, and that's great. All right, so right there, I'm going to call that good. So you can see by just using thread, we've created this small taper here in the body, exactly what we're looking for. At this point, it's just a matter of wrapping this wire. And for this first wrap here, I'll try to keep this somewhat in view, but I like to go right around, and then I start my angles. So it just flows a little bit more naturally for me. And I know this is tough for you guys to see. I'm very, very sorry. But let's see if we can keep it going here. So we've got 3 spaces created, 4, and there's our 5th. And I'm just going to go ahead and rotate all the way around and tie off on that wire. So as you can see, that's all it takes to create an evenly spaced body there, with that segmentation being key. All right, let's trim that wire out as neat as we can. Pinch that little tag end down, and we'll come in and grab that with a couple thread wraps. Nothing to it. So now, and we're almost done with this fly, by the way. So hopefully your attention span can hold on to this. Let's get some of this Midge Cactus Chenille in Peacock tied in. Don't have to go back very far. A lot of times it helps if you use that weighted wire as your little measure and go, ooh, we just need to go back as far as that. Great. So let's see how this stuff does. I'm not going to pile it up by any means. Boy, that's pretty buggy to me. And fill in that last little bit right there. And that is a happy looking thorax. Just enough attitude coming out of that chenille. A little bling, a little flash. And that's going to get some attention. All right. Trim that out. A couple cleaning wraps, if you will. And it's time for whip finish. Again, 100 denier from Veevus, and there's just something magical about it. Really lets you flatten and control your thread And that is what this game is all about, is thread control. So at this point, when you finish this fly, you can go ahead and just do the collar, or you can do the body as well. So it depends on, you know, how much you're fishing, how long you need this bug to last, all that good stuff. You can also go in with resin, right? So like a little thin or even flow, and just kind of touch on where that body is, and it'll give you a little bit more life on that fly. Maybe a couple extra fish, whatever it might be. Definitely worth some extra effort. However, keep in mind, midges are pretty easy to tie, pretty quick as well. So it's just a matter of personal preference. All right, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to call this Cactus Chenille a win. I'm a fan. Comes in many, many colors. We carry all of them here at Spawn Fly Fish, so if you need some, by all means hit us up. And why we're using this is because sometimes it's not as much fun to dig out a pack of Peacock and sort through, or you've got that pack that you've used for a little while and it doesn't have the right size, especially in the smaller size fibers. By all means, get yourself some of that Midge Cactus Chenille and eliminate that problem. So hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty simple bug today, but very important to the fish, and especially in these winter months coming here, great bug to have in the box. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and we will see you on the water.